Yep, new season, new bicycle. That's what's happening on this episode of Season 7 of Featherstone Bicycles. Our project for Season 7 is a 1981 Schwinn Collegiate. You may be saying to yourself, wait a second there, Mr. Featherstone. You've already worked on a Collegiate. And you'd be right, and I've also worked on a 3-speed Sturmey Archer hub before. But this bike is a little bit different. When I first acquired it, I was thinking it was all complete, and then upon further inspection, I was like, wait a minute, there's only one brake, the front brake. It's missing the back brake, so it's not complete. But then I looked down and saw that it actually has a coaster brake. So I have never, and I didn't even know they existed, worked on a 3-speed Sturmey Archer hub that was also a coaster brake. So I couldn't pass up the opportunity. Also, the price was right. Let's take a walk around. It's in actually pretty good shape. There's some kind of bad dents there on the chrome fender in the rear. The rear reflector is there, which is good. The rims are not too bad, certainly not as bad as some of the ones we've worked on. Has the chain guard, and that seems to be in good shape. The paint is in good shape. The decals are there. You can tell that this was a later Chicago-made bike, later in years. As I said, this was a 1981, based on the difference in that Schwinn logo. It's got the same style seat that we had last season. The badge on that is in pretty good shape. The back springs are pretty rusty, but we know those clean up pretty well. It does have the front reflector. It is missing the label for the shifter, for the 3-speed shifter, but that I think is going to be easy to get. The front rim there is kind of looking kind of nasty. The tires actually look, although the gum walls are not very bright, the tires look to be in kind of good shape, so might be able to reuse those. And the pedals are good. Both of the reflectors are on there. So yeah, all in all, pretty good shape. Should be a fun project, and it should be interesting to dig into that 3-speed Sturmey Archer hub with a coaster brake. According to the person I picked it up from, who is an old Schwinn dealer from back in the day, said that that was kind of a rare item. Don't know. The bike has 26-inch wheels and tires, and the frame looks to be 18 inches. I was just about ready to start taking the bike apart when I realized I needed to take some before pictures. If you recall from last season, I forgot to do that. So that's what we're going to do now first. take a break here to write down on our board. We have a 1981 Schwinn Collegiate. And the only thing right now that I think we need, I did inspect the tires closely after I took them off, would be 2 tires, tubes, and rim strips. I don't think we need anything else. This is my last piece I have to get off for the take to remove the fender off the frame, and it's the last piece on the frame. But I'm having trouble, so this will turn and the nut will turn. This is the bolt head. I've got the screwdriver on here. This is the flathead head, and turning it, but it doesn't move. So it must be stripped right inside there, and it won't catch on the threads at the end. I've tried using another screwdriver, a thin one, to put pressure on it while I turn the wrench, but that didn't work. So I asked nicely, but it wouldn't cooperate. So we're gonna saw it off. Well, I got it out. I tried, sawing the nut off. That didn't work. So then what I did was I pushed it out a little bit further, and I tried sawing in between here and that nut so that I could saw the bolt off, which would be, less work. Unfortunately, I didn't have it far enough, and I realized I started sawing a little bit of this bracket thickness off. So I was able to push it even farther, get the blade down in there, and saw the bolt off. I don't think that this is the original style, so maybe that's part of the problem, but whatever it is, we're gonna put something different on there when we reassemble it. You may have noticed that I was having a lot of trouble getting the stem or the gooseneck off, and I undid the top bolt here, and then usually you can just pound it down, and then that loosens up the wedge nut there, and you can pull it out. That didn't work. Anyway, you can see how rusty that all was, and that was my problem there. So here's all the parts. Got the wheels and the fenders. I'm missing the front fender. It's around here somewhere. Here's all the tools you need to take a bike completely apart. And there's our naked frame, all ready for the rejuvenation process. Okay, that's it. Thanks for sticking with me. Please subscribe if you haven't. That helps a lot. And I hope to see you next time on Featherstone Bicycles.